Just how rough could this season be for the Coyotes? That is exactly what we'll be talking about today. Now, before we start, please make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe and join the Hockey Brigade. Now, let's talk about those Arizona Coyotes. So, to start off, let's go off with the positive route, that being the huge number of picks Arizona has from this offseason that they acquired. In fact, the Yotes have 12 picks in the first two rounds of the 2022 draft. Actually, they only have... No, yeah, they do. But 3 of those are being in the first round, and 5 of those are in the second round. Meaning, 8 of the first 64 picks will be Arizona. So if they use all the picks, that means they'll have drafted 12.5% of the players possible in the first 2 rounds, which just blows my mind. And then, it got me thinking about something else. You have to consider the fact that they have multiple other players that they could or probably will move out by the end of the deadline. And I think a primary one of those being Phil Kessel. He's a little bit older, but he has championship experience, proven player, is a goal scorer that you could have in your middle 6. And I don't think that he is worth as much as his contract is or anything like that. But if a team is able to work out a deal with Arizona, they might be able to send something over their way, get something for Phil Kessel as he tries to help a team with a Stanley Cup push. And then they might want to trade some of their younger guys too, because they're not going to be super competitive in the years to come, at least for a while. But, you know, maybe they will, maybe they won't. But if they can keep the pantry full in terms of the draft picks, then life is good. And now let's talk about the bad. Unfortunately for this rebuilding team, there is plenty of it. That being, the team itself has got a lot of holes on the roster. It looks like Alex Galchenyuk is projected to play on their first line. I don't know if that's actually going to happen. I couldn't see it happening, but again, Arizona is not a great team. I'm a big Galchenyuk fan, but if he is playing on your first line, you are really running into some issues as of late, as he has struggled for a bit, and then you have other players taking up spots that they really just probably shouldn't. As of right now, the bottom line is all from Vancouver. For their forward group, you have Louis Eriksson, Jay Beagle, Antoine Roussel. You know, I don't want to down on these guys because they are human beings, but, you know, as a Canucks fan, these guys probably shouldn't be, yeah. Well, you know, we're just not going to, down on him too much, but literally Louis Eriksson has got so many memes about him. There's even pages that are meme pages for him, and just in general, this is just, it's rough. The roster's looking rough. There's holes all over the place, and it's just a problem. Now, the good thing is there are some watchable players on this roster, but, you know, it's weird looking at who's going to be in their top 6, what their top power play unit's going to look like. In general, there's just a lot of interesting things. The power play should be pretty interesting, especially if Gustis Beard from Philly works out for them. But I'd like to see him maybe get some top power play minutes, see how that goes. But yeah, speaking of things that just are looking great, the future of the franchise in the desert is also not looking great, and I hate to say that. But things, they could get really ugly. We all know about, you know, Glendale basically saying, hey, after, I think it's June 30th or whatever, they're going to be kicking the Coyotes out of their own stadium. Well, not theirs because they don't own it. And after that, they are basically homeless. So here we are, what is it? It's October 10th, 11th, I don't know what date it is, but we're in October. And, you know, we're not even a full year away from them being out of Glendale, and as of right now, there's no solution, and they might be on their way out. I don't want to say that for sure, though, as they have been in the Copper State for over 25 years, but things just aren't looking 100% clear right now. You've got to wonder maybe if them going to the Central was something to think about here. Gary Bettman in the league have said before, Houston looks like it could be a good market, and I do know that they moved them out there because of Vegas and the Pacific, but still makes you wonder, now that they're in the Central, would it be easier to just shift them on out? You got the Texas rivalry that could be born, Houston versus Dallas, and that would be something that would just really rip the heart out of Arizona fans after they've been faithful for all those years, even though the team is just, it's struggled over the years, and it's tough. And nothing's set in stone, but if I was an Arizona fan, which I'm not, but if I was, I would just try to enjoy this season and make sure everything's good. You get to enjoy hockey as much as possible, because hockey in the desert isn't safe, at least for Arizona as of right now. But we know hockey can succeed. Arizona State obviously has garnered a lot of attention with their hockey program. Then you've got Vegas as the Golden Knights out in the desert. We know it can succeed. And to be honest, I think that they've just had the short end of the stick in a lot of ways as a franchise. But to close out, there is good news. Arizona's owner is trying to get a brand new facility to be built in or around Tempe, Arizona. And that would be crucial for securing a long-term home for them, as well as potentially helping the team out in a lot of ways, like fan interaction. I know that's kind of been something that they've struggled with over the years, just due to a lot of different things. But I'm just going to close it out by saying you have the Kachina logo as your full-time logo. The jerseys look good, and there are some promising things to look forward to for the team. They might not have the best season, but they do have some things to look forward to. Now, do you think Arizona will finish with the worst record in the league next season? Let me know down below. There will be some good, some bad, and ugly along the way. We know that. But yeah, everybody, make sure to like this video if you liked this video, and make sure to subscribe as well. Stay safe. Have a great night. You love hockey, all right? Goodbye, Brigadiers and Brigadettes. This is your captain signing off. Have a great night.